kick, wherever. So
Okay.
all across the board. Let's wait for this link.
Live right now.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to. There it is. Do you want me to send it to you in the chat or?
I got it already, brother.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Proper on it. Proper on it. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. All right, people. What's good? What's good? What's good? And you are watching For the Lag of God, where we aim to bring musicians from all genres together to communicate and collaborate with each other. Alright, so today we have a special guest. We are talking to rapper and lyricist The Real Mike B. So, without further ado, let's bring him on screen. Alright, you're on, mate. What's good?
What's up, brother? Thank you for the awesome introduction. How are you?
You're welcome, mate. I'm good. And you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, so for the people that don't know who the real Mike B is, would you care to give a brief introduction of yourself?
Okay. Well, I am spiritual energy having a human experience. Just trying to make it down here like everybody else.
I like that. I am a spiritual energy. Damn. Well, that's one way to put it. Wasn't what I was expecting, but that is one way to put it. All right, so I'm gonna start with a bit of a different one. So, in the last interview that I watched of yours, and you said that DMX was a huge inspiration on you. Apart from DMX, what other influences or who else have influenced you in the course of your music?
Now, as far as like influence, or that like I just grew up listening to, I enjoyed their music, you know.
Well, let's turn that into two. So,
man, I was all over.
Yeah, it was a little bit. That was my fault. Sorry.
Yeah. No worries.
All right, so as we said, DMX was a big influence on you making music. So who else like DMX has influenced you, how you make music, and how you write music?
Well, how I write music, okay. Eminem's a big inspiration. You got guys like 50 Cent, Jay-Z. He wasn't really like a big Jay-Z fan, but he's dope,
Yeah, Jay-Z's pretty good with it.
Yeah. God, put me on the spot here. The Locks, Jadakiss, Styles P, is go out here like Eastern Pennsylvania, Philly, like Beanie Siegel, Judah, definitely big fan. It's my brother Edge. Shout out to Judah Priest, definitely. 144. So, man, I don't know. That's like I could really just sit here and go for the next 20 minutes on it. I'm not. I don't want to waste your time.
Yep. All right. So as there'll probably be artists that you also listen to regularly. Are there other artists from other genres that have maybe inspired how you write and make music?
Oh yeah, man. That's Blink-182, Nirvana, Green Day, Metallica. God, again, like I bounce around. My playlist on my phone is like it bounces around. Like you'd be listening to a DMX song, and then here comes Lamb of God or something, and then after that you got like the Baja Man or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm the same way. So I can totally understand that. One day I might be out there listening to like DMX or Wu-Tang Clan, or next I might, or Nas. Next minute I might be out there listening to Dolly Parton. You know, I'm all for a bit of nine to five and Jolene. And some fucking bangers, mate. Some fucking bangers. Like, that's how I start my night. What are you about?
Alanis Morissette, that's another one that's just like, what, for real? Like, yeah, dude, she's got some bangers.
Yep. Fucking ironic. What's the other one? Uninvited. Oh man, I can't list them all off my head now, but yeah, she's got some fucking classics.
Alanis Morissette, definitely.
definitely, and yeah, and also as well, like I like a bit of Nirvana, I like a bit of Metallica, Slipknot and stuff. So yeah, I can definitely understand the. Yeah, sometimes I just like to shuffle it on play and.
Nah, Corey Taylor's a dope ass person, man.
Oh mate, he's a beast with it, and lyrically when he does his Slipknot stuff, and then when he does his Stone Sour stuff, oh my god.
I read his book, Seven Deadly Sins, while I was incarcerated.
Yeah.
I was like 8 years ago, something like that, 10 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like 10, 11 years ago. But dope, absolutely dope.
I've not got around to reading that yet, but I'll put that on my to get through list, because man, to be honest, I've got too many biographies and autobiographies. I've still got like Dave Grohl, Bruce Springsteen, Common.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I got too many to get through. All right. So, who would you say musically, when you were young and that got sparked your passion for music?
Sparked my passion. I've always had a passion for music. My mom had just the radio on all the time, listening to her stuff. And it's always made me wanted to move. And then I remember, God, I must have been like 4 or 5. It was like, MTV Raps at Bismarck Key, The Beat of the Day, MTV News with Kurt Loder, and then they played music videos. And then like Beavis and Butthead would come on and they'd play music videos. And then you go to VH1 and they play music videos, and it was everywhere, so it was always everywhere,
Yeah. No, that's cool.
It's just, I wanted to do it. I was like, cool. I want to be the one that can create this, because if I can make someone else do what I'm doing right now, that's dope.
Yeah,
or if I can spit a lyric that hits somebody where like they can relate to it and like, oh, I've been through something like that, or I can understand that, that's dope. That's my job as an artist, is the relevance, connection.
No, definitely.
Like, this is me. Can you feel it or not? If you can't, no worries,
Yep. Yeah. Some people listen, might connect with it beat wise and be like, yeah, man, this beat's fucking sick. But then there's others that will connect with you on a deeper level, as you say. You might write about an experience that you've had, and someone might be out there feeling, shall we say, alone at the time, and then start like either they they're sent your music, or they might stumble across your music. It depends, but they'll hear something and go, holy fuck, like, yo, that's the thing. It's kind of like why when we're sad we tend to listen to sad music. Do you know what I mean? Like, everything's just like holy. It just for some reason hits a lot harder when you're in that mood, or you're in that space. So.
I know what you mean, and some people might ask, well, if you're sad, why would you listen to sad music? Wouldn't that make you more sad? And it's like, listen, like, I get it. Like, I get the question, but I also get the other side, because you gotta like endure that for a little bit, you know what I mean? And then get it out. Like, maybe listening to a sad song will help you cope with it right there, and then you can go about your day. Cool. That lifted me up, because in some weird way it's actually inspiring, because again, the lyrics, like, maybe you connect with that person.
We seem to have lost you audio wise. Say that again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. All right, you've come back. You've come back.
Okay.
Lovely.
I
Yeah, we're.
said, I said, like, I get the question and I get the other side because sometimes I feel like if you're feeling some sort of way, you put on a song that, it's kind of relative to it, and
Mm,
just kind of get it out, and in some weird way that's actually inspirational. That sad song is inspirational to you, and now you can go about your day.
yep, I agree. I agree.
Everybody's got their little pick me ups and whatnot, and things that they can do to get themselves through the day, and they don't even know it. It's just things that they've been doing for years. you know
Mm, definitely, definitely. All right, real quick. What's his name? Mikey Diamond asked, "Is Tupac an influence on you as well?"
Oh yeah, definitely. Listen, one of the all right. So we did family banks counseling when I was a kid. I was probably 6, 7, and they had this like after school joint where they take me and a bunch of other kids there, and they had the TV on, crafts and ping pong and stuff. And I remember seeing the California Love video, and they had the metal dome and all that, the whole Mad Max theme, and I liked Mad Max. I watched Mad Max at that point, and I liked that movie. And I
Yep.
was like, oh, that's dope. So yeah, Tupac would definitely be more of an inspiration as to like how what kind of stuff you can get out on a track. It's dope. Like, because a lot of people wouldn't have thought, just putting it out like he has.
Yeah, he was pretty honest
That's like,
about it.
oh, that's absolutely dope. I appreciate the creativity, the delivery on everything, and
Mm.
what he's saying. Now,
Yeah.
like most people, I'm not like not every Tupac song is my cup of tea. That's cool. I'm still a fan. It's like I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but
Yep. Yep. Yeah, he's
I'm more guy.
yeah, he was definitely one with it. He was definitely one with it. Like again, I don't like every Tupac song. Like there are songs I like and there are songs I don't like. But that comes around with everyone though.
Yeah.
But yeah, his like I got what was the name of the book? I think it's like the Rose that grew from concrete or something like that. I think is the name of the book. And it's like a book put together of his like of the lyrics from his songs and like poems that he's written and stuff like that. And oh mate, phenomenal,
Okay.
phenomenal. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. That's dope. That's dope. All right. So speaking of music, how long have you been making music?
How long have I been making music?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wrote my first song. I was almost 17. The song was called "Gimme That Butt." It's dope. I did it on the I
Yeah.
did it on the Mr. Pete M Jeans beat, and it was dope. They used to play that stuff out at the local skating rink every Friday. It was cool.
Nice. Nice.
And
Nice.
then I've done music from there. Just never did it the right way, like legally. It was MySpace music and all that back in the day, and I go grab a beat, record it, put it out. I had no idea what I was doing, mixing or mastering. Just like, yep, it sounds dope. No, I've learned so much in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But it's like I've always kind of known how to do it by ear, but I never knew like the mathematics on why are we putting this
Mm.
compressor here and
Yeah.
why are
Yeah.
we setting there? Okay, and why is the EQ like this? All right, got it. I understand now.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing that took me a while as well was compression, like understanding compression and trying to hear compression. That's such a
Compression.
oh mate, honestly,
Compression.
just it was hard. It
It
was a tough
makes
one for
it
me.
makes everything different.
Yeah. Um. All right. So there was a thing you said a little while like you said a while back on another one, and I kind of wanna trying to find the question where I put it now. When you spoke like where you spoke about writing to different beats. Hang on, let me. I've got it here. Let me just find it. Oh yeah. So you said about writing. What was it? Give me that butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me that butt. So you said about writing that song. And again, this will probably go into us answering another question later, like that I'll probably ask you later on. But you spoke about approaching a song and writing it in all different styles. So I'll just read it. So the different beats can bring out different alter egos. So then, how do you approach songwriting and themes or topics that you enjoy exploring in your music?
Hmm. Well, a lot of it has to do with the beat. Not a lot of people. I mean, I don't know how many, but anyway, like I can sit here sometimes and just like journal or just write some lyrics without a beat, you know.
Hmm.
And it's and like hold on. Okay, so let me restart. Sorry, you'll have to forgive me.
It's fine.
I go through some things that um we'll get into that later maybe. But so yeah, I can sit here sometimes and just write what's on my mind, like maybe even my day. It doesn't even have to be full sentences, just words, just
Hmm.
then just go from there. And or I can put a beat on and then, like you said, the turn like depending on what kind of beat is on, that really like as soon as I hear the beat, I hear the delivery, like how I want to hit it. Now I'm just like, okay, cool. What am I gonna say here?
Hmm.
Now, like, but I'm not just sitting there like I can't just sit there and write on every beat. Like even if I like the beat, it just may not be the beat for me. I might start writing on a beat and then not even use that beat for that because
Yeah.
I found another beat and I'm like, this one is way better. And I'm
Yeah.
a private contractor, so
No, I definitely understand that. I definitely understand that, and I quite like the way that you said about it. You might be on a some serious stuff as like this alter ego or as yourself, and then you might hear another beat and be like, actually I'm gonna go and turn into this alter ego. And yeah, I quite enjoyed that answer, and I was like, yeah, I do that as well. I do that as well. So yeah, I wondered if there was anything. How can I say?
it's like some beats, like say, like depending on like the deep, storytelling beat or whatnot, like you
Hmm.
put on like like some beats just they unleash things from different places than other beats would, right? Like, and I don't know exactly what it is. It's just like it really makes you feel
Yeah.
some way, and it's like, damn, I didn't even know where that came from. Like, okay,
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Like I think it's more like the aesthetic, if that even is a thing, of the beat. Because as we were saying earlier, you can listen to when we're sad, we listen to sad songs, and depending on how it is structured, like I reckon also kind of brings out something in you as well. So like I've been I've been listening to a lot of samples that you're trying to make like sad lo-fi, and I'm just searching for those ones that I'm not even gonna write to, but there's just something about the way that it sounds, and it like as long as I feel like, shall we say, I feel it pull on like a heartstring or a memory or something like that, and I'm ooh, that's the one. And I think as long as you get that connection with it, then yeah, that that for me is the one. And I think that's when you get that you get that deeper connection with it, because you can find a sad beat wherever, and go and say something sad, but I think as long as the beat speak not necessarily speaks to you but moves you, I mean that's when you know that you can really go all in with it. So that's
definitely not. It's like the "Rub It on Your Chest" song. Okay, I've
yep.
got questioned over the years, like why that beat, man? You could have done it on so many other beats. Could have sounded so differently. I'm like, because that's how I feel about the whole thing, and that's how I wanted to make everybody else feel. At least with the beat. I don't want you to hear this song and be like, yeah, fuck it, or fuck everybody, rub that shit. Nah, because it's not like that. You could
Mm.
use it as a fuck you, I guess, but it's more like I'm not gonna stop. Rub that shit on my chest. You can do the same, and I'm gonna keep fucking going. unless you want to stand in my way. And then we, what's up? You know, we can we can do so much more working together than just fucking hating on each other and fighting. And it just don't make sense to me.
I agree. I agree. We could do a lot to get like a lot together that we could do individually. Because you can there are there's certain things we might see, we might read, and we may not always get it the first time or the second time we read it, but
Yeah.
sometimes we might reach out to someone and go, look, I don't necessarily understand this, or can you rephrase this, and then someone will come along and rephrase it and it'll be like boom, and you'll get it straight away. um
Here's the thing about that though. Like if you ask somebody a question like, "Hey, could you rephrase this or explain this?" A lot of times, I found those people that are teachers not able to explain it because all you know is the curriculum. You know what you were taught, but you were never taught how to explain this to make it make sense.
mm,
You're just supposed to, "Hey, this is how it is," and that's cool. No, like my head's not this big for no reason. I've always asked questions.
yeah. Nice. And also I think in some things, you teach it, but this might seem like I'm going for some or something. So if anyone takes offense, rub it on your chest, innit? But but
Uh,
I think sometimes when we're taught stuff, we kind of have that thing where we're meant to go and try it, but not a lot of us do it, and then we teach what we're taught, and then it kind of becomes that circle until we question it, and then when we start questioning it,
it's like,
that's when
why
we
am I
start
doing
opening them
that?
up.
It's like going to McDonald's and punching the clock 20 hours a week for nothing. For what? For
Mm-hmm.
somebody else?
Yeah.
Like, cool. Like, I'm not like, if your passion is working McDonald's, that's cool. This is not to be offensive to you. It's not my passion.
Mm.
And I'm not hating because it's not. I'm just, like I said, if McDonald's is your passion, that's it. But it's a lot more out there.
Well, I mean that. Yeah, I can understand that, but that also depends on um, how you look at McDonald's as well. It might be learning the ins and outs of
I just used it as
what happens
an
in a
example.
company.
That's
I
why I
mean,
said,
if you're just generally doing it, just for whatever, then I'll agree with that. But if you're trying to get something out of it, like I don't know, maybe your passion is food, and you want to own a restaurant, then yeah, by all means go and work at McDonald's. Go work on the
yeah,
tills. Go flip burgers. Work your way up the ranks, till you get the manager of that McDonald's store or higher, and then that way, okay, you at least if you say to people, I'm working at McDonald's, but you're building your way up. You're learning that experience in order to go
I've
and
worked at McDonald's. I mean, I enjoyed it there for a while, but then
yeah.
I was no, not me. Gotta go.
That's
Like I said, I'm not hating on it. They were there when I needed them. It was dope.
oh,
And,
definitely, definitely.
it wasn't for me. You know,
Yep. They do give a lot of people their first chance. So yeah, definitely shout out McDonald's. Definitely shout
yeah.
out McDonald's. I love a McDonald's, so I'm not gonna fucking complain.
It's all right.
Otherwise they may not serve me again. I like the Big Macs and the milkshakes when the machine fucking works.
I
But
like the iced coffee,
you what like the what? Sorry.
the vanilla iced coffee. That's about like the only thing I get.
Oh, I'm not a coffee person, man. I can't do all that. I can't
Okay.
do all
To each their own.
that. Exactly.
Drink
Um,
like a whole like pot or two of coffee a day. Some days. I do my
Jesus.
best not to, but
That's a lot of coffee, man. Well, to be honest, I
it's
say
worse
that, and
things.
I
It's worse things I could be doing.
yeah, yeah.
I'm an addict, bro. It's,
I drink tea. How British is that? I drink tea.
yeah, I got tea as well.
I got tea, and occasionally in the mornings when I need a pick me up, Red Bull.
Water, coffee, tea. I stay away from the Red Bulls, the energy drinks. I almost had a heart attack a couple of years ago. Standing I was working at a retail store. I'm standing at the register, and I was drinking those dollar energy drinks from the
Oh,
Dollar Tree. It's like a mimic of the Red Bulls. I can slam two on break, go, and I'm standing there, and just out of nowhere, like, what? Like, put me down, like, whoa, what was that? It was nuts. Never again.
Holy fuck. Well, they like, oh, what they call them? I don't know if you get the same ones over there. Oh, I know the ones you mean though. I know the ones you mean. Like
They
the
look
real.
like just like the Red Bull cans and shit, but
Mm,
it's different.
yeah. Weren't one of those like proper full on monster ones, was it? I know they're more expensive than Red
I
Bull,
don't
but
think so.
yeah,
I don't think so.
I've seen people have some experiences drinking a lot of them. That's some mate. There's some scary things. There's some scary things. But yeah. Anyway, let's get off the let's get off the Red Bulls. Let's get off the Red Bulls. Um. So going back to the like to the writing styles and all of that. So what is your latest project?
My latest
Yeah.
project, like released or what I'm working on now.
Yeah, both. So let's go release first. I'm sorry, you quit. Like I've not structured these very well. I
Okay.
apologize.
Don't Waste My Time is the newest release, released April 7th of this year. Um, we're actually shooting the music video for it now. I know we did it backwards on that, like same thing with the other one, Playing with Pain. But so that was the second one we released this year.
Hmm.
Uh, so we're working on the music video now. It's pretty dope. It's a dope song. Took first place in Coast to Coast Live last year in Philadelphia with it. They sent us down to Miami. We rocked out down there.
Wait, so that was a competition, and then
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. There were 10 other artists in the Philly edition and took first place.
Hey, well
It
done,
was
mate.
dope. It
Well
was dope.
done.
I don't remember how many things I've ever won in my life, but that was definitely,
Hey,
I don't know,
a flight
maybe like the third or fourth. I don't know.
down to Miami, for me. That's
Well, no, no. See, we drove. We drove. Me and my lady, we drove down. It was dope.
Jesus. What? How long was that? I bet that was a
Uh,
drive.
it took us like about 18 and a half hours. We drove down to Jacksonville first
Yeah.
cause my sister-in-law lives in Jacksonville, so we stopped there and then we shot right over to Miami. But I was driving for like 8 hours straight. Just
Mhm. That's crazy. So
yeah,
the bit in Miami was that so you won Philly. So then to go out to Miami, I gather that was like a final.
yeah. That was the final, and I went out there like not planning to win, already knowing like yeah, because it got out there and it was like almost exactly what I kind of thought it would be. It's it's dope, but I mean they still let us perform. We shine. We did our thing. I just I wasn't going there to win. I feel like we already won for my area, for my whole area. Just winning up here and going being able to go down there is already a win for this whole area code we're in here.
Hmm. So so where did you place in the Miami one?
I don't know.
That's fair
I
enough.
don't know, and I can't honestly, I don't care. Look,
Hey,
bro, I
it's an
performed.
experience, mate.
Yeah,
It's an
it was
experience.
dope, and I didn't want to like just be in Miami and not go hang out with my lady and do stuff. So we watched a bunch of people. We performed. We stuck around to like the ceremonies or
Mm.
whatnot. Left and then just went and enjoyed Miami for another day.
I don't blame you. I'd quite like to go. Although maybe not in the summer. I hear it's horrible in the summer. Um,
That was all an investment too. So like it's not like now if they were paying me to be there, obviously I'm gonna okay cool, I'm be here, I'm professional, I can do this, so let's do it. But if I'm on my dollar, it's like you got to you got to make it make sense for me to be here, or I'm gonna go and enjoy Miami because I've never been here.
mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's
I
your.
want to go meet some people and network.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. If you're going down, you've won your fight. Like you've won your, shall we say, your heat. you're going down there to do your thing and meet new people, then yeah, why not, mate? If you know, the more, like you said earlier, the more people, like the more people you can meet, the more people you can learn from, the more like opportunities, collaboration, you know, open communication and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, the more people you know, the better.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm not huge on collaborating. I'm not
no,
huge on it. I mean, I enjoy it. It does, but again, it's got to make sense. Like I can't just jump on
oh yeah,
anybody's track. Like anyone's just like, no offense to anybody's craft. No, I'm not knocking anybody. Everybody has their own style, but my style is not selling drugs, hurting people, robbing people. It's not my style. So I won't hop on anything with that.
oh yeah, yeah. Most
I won't hop on anything about killing somebody or not that's not like a metaphorical stance. Like I'm not gonna hop on something where a guy's talking about killing somebody's family, or, running in and this and that.
mm,
Like I'm not about that, bro.
yeah, yeah, definitely. You not like don't just jump on anyone's. You know,
Yeah, I'm just,
it's gotta be about you. You know what you're like, who
I don't
you
want
are as a
to,
person.
and it's just I don't want to promote the negative stuff. Like I'm not perfect, and I get on track sometimes and go off, but I still kind of like I keep it above the line. You know what I mean?
Mm,
I
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
I think my best not to go below the belt about a lot of things, dude.
Mm. I feel like in music, a lot of that is just pushed around anyway. So, the more you can keep your authentic self and explain who you are and why you're doing what you're doing in your music, and pick out your collaborations. Exactly like that. Who else is out here trying to build people up? Who else is out here trying to influence people to turn their life around, or this and that? So yeah, it's definitely got the artist or producer that you're collaborating with has also got to have those right things like to tick off. I would like me. I wouldn't just go on anyone's. Someone, as you say, someone's going to talk about killing people. It's not my thing. You know what I mean? I enjoy helping people. So if I go on a track and talk about killing someone, then it's just
Look,
like
like
I'm
like
yep.
50 Cent could hit me up and be like, "Yo, Mike, I need you to hop on this," but I'm talking about killing this person. Like, nah, bro, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Mm,
All right, well, let me just get you for a hook. Nah, I can't do it. I don't want to be affiliated with it. I hope it's a dope track and it works out, but I can't. I don't want to be affiliated with it.
yeah, definitely. Definitely, because otherwise it just looks a bit funny, and then basically somewhere down the line they'll be like, oh, you start like so and so sold out and all that, or
Yeah. Well,
however they put
and you
it.
know what? You say that. I mean, it's great that you say that because I don't care what anybody thinks about me. I just don't want to do it. If I wanted to do that, if I was portraying that stuff, and if I was living that lifestyle, cool. I don't have no fucking problem talking about it. I'm a transparent guy.
Mm,
Let's do it. But I don't. And that's part of the reasons why, because I'm a transparent guy. What the fuck? I'm just here to live my life, all right, the best way I can, and
mm,
do unbelievable things. Okay, things that people that it would just fucking be like, wow, and be like, look, it's not what it's cool, you know.
yeah.
It's like I never would have thought that this is where I would be today, and like we're not even anywhere yet, and I'm not exactly young anymore, so
Join the club.
it's crazy. I'll be 35 here in a few weeks, so it's
Yeah. Ah, you're only a year younger than me. Yeah, I'm
we're not
36 in
exactly young
August.
anymore.
I'm 36 in August, mate. So
But
yeah, but I'd say I'd say you say you're young as rabbit on your chest, but from the way that Judah spoke about you in the last interview that we did, like mate, he's like you got to be doing some things, man, because the way that he spoke about you as well was incredible,
that's my
absolutely
big
incredible.
brother, man, for sure. Like that's my twin. We look exactly alike. I don't care what anybody says, and we know it's dope. But ever since I met this dude, man, like it's crazy. I was I was signed to some bullcrap label for distribution a couple like
Mm,
2 years ago, and I'm not going to talk about them, but I
that's
was
cool.
doing an interview online with them, and he was in the audience listening. Like he saw it popped up.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool, and they started following me. So you know, I'll go through Instagram just to call celebrities and stuff, just see if they answer. Bam Margera, whoever, just Ghostface. Hey, says somebody answer. I called Judah.
You,
Judah answered, and I was like, oh, I didn't
oh
think you were gonna
shit.
answer. I don't really have anything to say, bro. But hey, what's up? How you doing? And it just went from there. And I was like, we got the show going on. We're raising some money for the shelter out of the proceeds. It's gonna be dope. He's like, y'all got a charity show? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm there. I'm like, fucking right, dude.
Sold.
Yes, that's my dude. Yeah, it's gonna be dope, man. Like I said, we'll be in Philly tonight. I'm supposed to be there at 4, but can't make it at 4. So
Mm.
be there a little later.
Yeah. Yeah, I've like when he said that about you calling him up, I was like, god damn, you got some big ass fucking balls. Like you got some big ass balls just to randomly just call someone on Instagram and not and you just said not necessarily be prepared. That takes some bollocks.
Listen,
Bam Majera and that's man, especially Ghostface. I think if
I
I run
stopped at
Ghostface,
Bam's
I'd pass
house.
out.
I stopped at Bam's house back in 2015 and was selling meat door to door, like in the van, going to Philly. So we stopped at his house.
Mm.
And it was, I don't want to get in the story. It was interesting, but but yeah, listen, I used to like call Shady Records on a
Yeah.
weekly basis back in the day. Like, let me speak to Eminem. Let me do it to his voice, but you've reached the mailbox for Eminem. Leave a message. But listen, I left some messages that were pretty cool. I left some messages that I'm not proud of. Um,
Mm.
I was a kid too. I was like 16, 17. I was like, bro, I didn't know I could call this. Like, what's up? How you? It's like 2-minute conversation with myself on his answering machine. I don't know if he's ever heard any of them, but
Oh man. Oh, that's nuts.
actually, we should pay homage to him on a track we're working on now.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. You wanna speak about that? The idea
Not
behind it?
really, not really, not
Nah.
yet. It's
Ah,
like,
tried
listen,
it.
we just, me and my guy Bobby Bars, shout out to Bobby Bars. We literally just sat down, wrote it, verses, hook, all that last night, like 6 hours. Like, all right, we haven't really laid anything down yet. So,
No, that's cool.
but we were getting ready because to be completely honest, this slipped my mind with everything going on.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, yeah, it's right there. I do have this. And it was on the calendar.
Ah, well, I was. Well, got lucky and reminded you then.
No, I can't. No, the calendar would have reminded me or whatnot, but that would have been like last minute. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely grateful.
Ah, mate, you're welcome. You're welcome. So you spoke about going out to Philly tonight for Fire Nations.
Yeah, the Immortal Flames tour.
Yeah. Are you're performing in that as well?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. You wanna tell a little more about that? I mean, you probably do it at the end as well, but just for those who might not be at the end.
Oh, okay. So it's I mean, the doors open at 4 o'clock. I think it runs to like 9 or 10. It's gonna be at the His and Hers Lounge in Philadelphia on South Street. That is part of Fire Nation Flames is Immortal Flames tour. It's dope. They were in Nebraska, Allentown, a couple other places. We just rocked it out here in Hanover last weekend. It's absolutely dope. And look, we had a lot. We had the odds were stacked against us last weekend, man. Something happened. The DJ couldn't make it. I don't get into details. And then, I had the microphones, and that man just out of nowhere, Twist Flav, shout out to Twist Flav, stepped up. Steve from the Black Rose Ballroom is the owner of the ballroom. Had this interface and whatnot, and we made it work. Everybody had a great time. It was great. So, I believe this is the last show on the Immortal Flames tour. I believe this is wrapping it up. I could be mistaken, so correct me if I'm wrong, or forgive me if I'm wrong. And it's going to be absolutely dope. There's a lot of dope artists that'll be out there. DJ Seven will be out there. Fire Nation Flames, of course. Myself and Bobby Bars will be out there. My man 3XG, shout out to 3XG Spitz. He's already out there.
Mm.
Uh, it's gonna be dope. And then we're going back down. We'll be at the Fire in Philadelphia on the 30th with Judah Priest wrapping up the
Yeah.
Sleepy Hollow tour.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say that one as well, but you just mentioned it, so because I know of that one.
Sorry, I miss.
Nah, nah, mate, it's all good. It's all good. Oh, well, I wasn't really saying much. It's just because you were talking about it, and I was, oh yeah, and then you got the one on 30, and I was gonna say, do you wanna talk about that one as well? But
We got another one too. You might not be aware of
hey,
that.
fill me in,
I
mate.
lucked
Fill me
out
in.
and got a little slot, but it's dope.
Yeah.
Be down in West Virginia, July 15th for the Dope Sick Picnic. That's gonna be. There's a lot of dope artists on there. I don't have the joint in front of me right now to read them off, but Dope Sick Picnic. Look up the Undergroundaholics. Shout out to the Undergroundaholics, Aaron and Holly, and it's dope. It's gonna be dope. And again, shout out to 3XG Spitz because he put me on a slot. Definitely like it. It's gonna be dope.
Nice, nice. Yeah, we'll probably go over them again at the end. You know, just
Right.
like if other people have tuned in, other people have tuned out. You know, so hopefully reach some more people. Hopefully.
Understood.
Um. All right. So, just talking about what do you enjoy most about playing music?
Well, I don't play an instrument right now. I
Yeah.
used to play the violin in like elementary school, but I know a couple of riffs on the guitar. But I am definitely not a musician. I am a lyricist and all around artist. Artistry is in everything you do. Depending on how you do it is what makes you an artist with it or not.
Hmm.
You're a hobbyist or an artist with it. You feel me? But like if you work at Subway, you're a sandwich artist. You're putting together this delicious piece of work for somebody to enjoy. It's art. Now I would probably be the only one there with that fucking attitude, but you know.
I don't
So
know. Some people think, you know, like the art is the passion that you've put into it, isn't it?
yeah,
It's like if you make whether you make something at McDonald's, you make something at Subway, you make something at home. It's all about the passion that you've put into it. You know, it's almost like coming home and having like a home cooked meal from whether you've gone to your mum's and you've got like that old, it just brings back those old times, or you've come back and
yeah,
the wife has made you something. It's the
yeah.
passion that's involved that makes it the art.
Um, like I said, if I can, put a little bit of me on a song and someone else can relate to it, feel it in any way, shape, or form, that's part of my job. Excuse me, as an artist, is relevance. Being able to relate through my music, through my artwork,
Hmm.
to the public, to the rest of the human race. Like somebody else can hear it because not everybody's cup of tea. Not everyone's gonna enjoy it, but there's a lot of people that do.
No, I agree. I agree. Mikey
Huh?
Diamond on a, I don't know if you've seen the YouTube. Um, Mikey Diamond says free it, like I think he just at the free XG Spitz from Pittsburgh, and he says and Judah got the show on the 30th at the same place. So I gather he's talking about the event there.
Yeah.
Also you've got Donovan in the chat, Nate, all saying like all reaching out as well.
Okay. What's
Donovan
up, guys?
says anything you put passion into becomes art. And he also says, your boy Big Country has your back, brother, always.
Shout out the Big Country.
Nice, nice.
He's actually about to ride out to Philly with us.
Yeah.
Keep that quiet though, because we're supposed to uh, surprise Fire Nations. You don't know he's coming, but probably gonna see this. So surprise Fire, surprise Fire,
Surprise.
And now you know.
You never know. She might not see it till tomorrow. So.
Yeah, but no, especially today. She's like, I can only imagine how busy she is today.
Hmm. So yeah, so I think you'll be all right. I think you'll be all right.
Everything will be kosher. It'll be good.
Mm. So you spoke on the competition that you won earlier, and then in another interview you said that your first performance was in Columbus, Ohio. Uh,
That was my first headlining
your
performance.
first headlining. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, but I did that before, like a year before I did the competition in Philly.
Mm. So and then
Yeah,
yeah, go on.
Columbus, Ohio was an experience. We performed at a place called the Den of Dreams. Shout out to the Den of Dreams. It's at the crossroads out there. Um, I only got that show because there was another artist from South Carolina that was supposed to be doing that show, and I guess he disrespected the promoter or whatnot. And the promoter knew that we had issues or whatnot. Now, I understand I didn't have any issues with that guy. He will remain unnamed and nothing. But anyway, I had no issues with him
Mm.
or his people. But this guy, but the promoter hit me up and said, "Hey, so and so is supposed to do this." He kind of took a shit on me. It's in Columbus, Ohio. Do you want to do this? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, we'll be there. Can I bring some people? Yeah. I'm
Mm.
like, all right, cool. So I hollered at some people, some guys out in New York that were making some noise. Um, took them out there. Bobby Bars came out with us. It was absolutely dope. And that's where I actually hooked up with the senior VP of that other label that I was signed to last year or the year before that. I don't even remember. It wasn't a remembering experience, not for the good. So,
Mm.
but not every label's horrible, guys. So
Oh,
just
definitely,
yeah, do your homework first.
definitely. So, um, and then having, and then you said earlier as well, Judah Priest coming out to the charity event.
Oh yeah.
So what else has been the more memorable performance that you've had? Like performing music.
Oh man. Okay. So so we went to Miami, and so we won the Coast to Coast Philly edition in June last
Yeah.
year. We went to Miami in November last year. Bro, when we came back, we went to we actually went to Philly, and Judah had a show there. I didn't really know I was supposed to perform, or no, I knew I was gonna perform. I just didn't know when I was gonna perform. That's what it was. And everybody performed, and then I went up, and then I'm probably like 8 minutes into my set, and then there's Judah in the back of the stage, like, "Yo, bro." I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "You gotta get off the stage." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "I gotta go up." I'm like, "Okay, bet." I was like, "Hey, y'all, give it up for Gino." I was like, I wasn't hating. And then when I got off the stage, I realized I was like, I just opened up for Judah Priest. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's dope. Like, did they do that on purpose, or is that just how it fucking happened? That's cool.
Oh, that's pretty. That's
It's
pretty fucking
absolutely
sick.
dope. So that was probably or my my best memorable, or like my most memorable performance yet. Like the one that meant the most to me so far.
Mm, so
It
that
was dope.
so that's performance wise. So then the same question, but as a musician, it's been your best experience as a musician.
My best experience. Okay, so my best. I can't call myself a musician. I haven't even made a beat yet. Like I have the capability to. We just haven't sat down and dabbled in it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But as an artist, as an artiste.
as an artist, okay. So when people call me or hit me up out of nowhere just on Facebook, because you get calls from all around the world.
Mm.
There's this guy, Aju Don. I believe that's his name. He's from India. Shout out to him. He calls me every once in a while, video chat, just say, "Hey man, how you doing? Keep going. This is, it's dope. Music's dope." And like when people take time out of their day for
Mm.
any reason to make me a part of it, that's my favorite thing about this artist shit. Okay. And even when it's bad stuff, even if someone takes time out of their day to hate on me, cool. You made me a part of your day. I appreciate it.
Mm.
Can't say
Nice.
I would do the same, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's always nice to hear how how you've influenced or um something on someone's day. They're always a nice thing to come across. They're definitely always a nice thing to come across. Uh, all right. So as an artist, how do you stay motivated and inspired?
I stay motivated and inspired. Just live my life, man. I got
Mm.
enough issues just every day I could talk about forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's more relatable issues. I believe. I don't know. Not everybody's out here, you know, got a bunch of ops and trying to jack their flows. And I don't know. I don't know. Not out here doing that.
Mm.
Don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you've definitely got a hell of a backstory for
But yeah, man, like
inspiration
my
as well.
family, like a lot of the past, like you ever hear the saying, be who you needed as a kid?
Yeah. Yeah. I've been hearing that a lot lately as well.
I grew up without a dad my whole life. My dad passed away when I was almost 3.
Mm.
Um, as mom had a couple of boyfriends, but I don't want to get knee deep into the shit. But it's just, the bad times definitely outweighed the good times. And I just don't want any of my kids to have to deal with that. I don't want the stress to be on their mother because she's here by themselves. No, I am no longer with the mother of my son. And, there's some legality things going on. And
Mm.
yeah, I don't want to get into that either. But
No, that's cool, man. That's
I,
cool.
I'm a bonus dad. 2 awesome little boys, and they got me this cool cup. I don't know
Uh,
if you can see it.
no,
Uh,
it blends in with the
yeah, just the
background.
background. But it says best bonus dad ever. They got me this cup for Father's Day was too. Some shoes that light up. You'll see them
Bless
in the
him.
video too.
Bless him.
But um,
Oh,
it's
that's.
definitely an inspiration because it's like if I wasn't doing this, like what would I be doing? Like not all, you wouldn't really tell looking for me, but like I've got a head injury from 2003, so it'll be 20 years this August.
Mm.
Not an excuse. It's just life's a little different. I've got a traumatic brain injury, frontal lobe damage, and I've got titanium rods down my entire left leg inside my bones, plates, pins, screws in both my ankles, and arthritis, nerve damage. I walk on the side of my foot, so I can't run, can't jump, can't do none of that, bro. So it's like, what would I be doing?
Mm.
So, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, but then
I,
that also
I'm not
provides.
sure, be like, well, I can't go and do a 9 to 5. Like, he's stand in my shoes and stand there for 5 minutes and then no, it's okay. I understand that people hurt and they go through things. That's why I'm just like, I'm in my shoes, stay in yours, it'll be all right.
Mm. I can understand that, but that's a that's a that's a hell of a thing, man. That's a hell of a thing, to have like.
It'll be all right. It could be a whole lot worse,
Oh yeah, oh yeah, like but also what you're doing as well, is a testament to your character. What you're and also what you're proving for other people. As you say, you can things can be worse,
if
but if I've
if
if
none
I've
of
been
this
through
would
this.
have happened, I definitely wouldn't be who I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now anyway. I'd probably be dead or in jail for some serious shit,
Mm.
you know and it's like his way of like, yo, slow down. Like I'm grateful this shit happened. I really am.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I'm not able to do some of the things that I want to do on impulse a lot
Yeah.
of the times because I'm like, oh yeah, I can't do that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, yeah. All right. So this probably might have already kind of been covered in that answer, but so What has been your greatest challenge as an artist?
Being able to keep going, regardless on everything else that's going around me at all times.
Ooh.
I've I recorded my first song when I was 16, almost 17.
Mm.
Did a bunch of music then. Did the skating rink thing. Did a couple of shows back in '09, and then my entire 20s was in and out of jail. Just same probation violations. All right, see you. Um, said I'm an addict. I ran around and a lot of bad things.
Mm.
I'm not proud of it, but So uh, we broke into houses, took people's shit, pawned it. I'm not proud of it, but it happened. So take it from me, it's not worth it. So
Mm.
even with all that, um, not a lot of people know this either, but I am just over 3 years off of a suicide attempt. Early 2020, I made an attempt on my life. I don't get into details, but didn't happen. Grateful.
Mm.
Uh, hit up a girl that was like my sister growing up. Hey, this is what's happening right now. She's like, says you're an hour and a half away. Pack your shit. I'm coming to get you. Cool. And we just been rebuilding ever since we've been back. And then I met my wife, and we were living out of my sister's spare bedroom, and
Mm.
we're not where we want to be yet, but we're not in her spare bedroom anymore. We're building, and it's just everything that's happened since I've been back is like it's supposed to. Like take Judah for instance, his label's 144,000 chosen few,
Yeah.
144 records. Now I knew who the 144,000 chosen few were biblically before I knew
Mm.
before I knew about the label. It's not a coincidence, okay? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence that me go out to Philly, do this song, perform, and they decide I'm going to Miami. Like, yeah, cool, you got first place. For what? There were a bunch of people that were better than me. I felt like
Mm.
I would have picked this one guy. I don't know. Shout out to Inzu. That dude was dope as shit. But I think my support is what got it. The whole like 144 showed up, Fire showed up. Their support was crazy.
Mm.
So it was absolutely dope. I'm just nothing but grateful for everything. But I'm not perfect. I start to slide off track every once in a while. I outburst and shit. Like why the fuck is it's I argue with myself. Why am I doing this?
Yeah. Although I think, oh, excuse me. I think a lot of, I think that's like those sort of things are quite common with artists, though. Like what, like, we get upset with ourselves. I think sometimes, some of it is ego, but some of it is also a little like some of us can be impatient. Like myself. I'm like, oh, what? Why am I doing like sometimes I could have times where lives are empty and like I talk to people, nobody really talks back, and it's like, oh god, why am I doing this? We second guess a lot of things, but it's kind of
And,
we kind of wait for the
nothing happens overnight, man. Like I
oh
said,
yeah
I was 16 when I wrote my first song. I'll be 35 next month. Like, do the math. Like,
mm,
now see, people, oh, well, you drug your feet. No, I didn't. And I had life happen, and where I was then in my mind, wasn't able to balance this shit with what I was doing over here in the street or whatnot. And so I was like, whatever, you know. But that happened. I can't go back and fix that. And
yeah
even if I could go back and fix that, even just one little thing anywhere in my past, everything today is different. I don't have my kids, I don't have my family, nobody I know. Everything's different.
Mm.
So again, I'm grateful for everything that's happened, even in the past, even the bad shit, because both of them are relevant to my life.
Mm.
I wouldn't be here without either of them, the good or the bad.
Yep. Yep. Definitely. Definitely.
And that makes like to me, it just makes it doesn't make it easier for me to dismiss some shit emotionally when it happens. It just, because I still feel it. I'm just like, it just makes it easier to not like react to it. Like, oh, okay, whatever. That's what, that's what the whole.
Yep. Rub it
Yeah.
on your chest. Rub it on your chest. But yeah, no, man, I appreciate that honesty, man. Like, seriously, it takes a lot to kind of talk about what you spoke about, like the attempt like 3 years ago and stuff like that. So, mate, like I appreciate that honesty, and I appreciate that you felt comfortable to share that. So, yeah,
not the only way. Look, man, somebody's always a way. Call somebody. It's not the way.
And still, man, it takes a lot, and I just wanted to kind of acknowledge that, and
I was so close. Like I was like, wow, like it's just so like. You think about it now, and I'm like, wow, like where the fuck would I be? Like I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, or or what, or if like touch wood, it doesn't, but what if it had happened? What would things be like for the ones that we care about most? It's like it's a crazy thing to think about.
No bullshit, but at that point, there was really nobody there that would have missed me or questioned anything at that point.
Mm.
Now today, I'm grateful that there's,
Yeah. Oh,
it's not just my life out here. Even if I feel like shit some days, it's not just me.
Mm.
The world doesn't revolve around me. I don't live on my own. My family's here.
Mm. Mm.
And there's other people that experience some of the same shit that I experience and that other people experience. We're never alone. We're all connected in one way or another.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, speaking of good times and good people, just see Judah Priest is in the chat. So it's
shout out Judah.
Cool. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. See.
I mean, yeah,
as the expression, as the expression. As the expression. But yeah, no, mate. Okay, so going from that, what do you achieve, or sorry, what do you hope to achieve with your music in the future?
What I hope to achieve in my music in the future.
Yeah.
I keep this, like I said, we're not 100% out there yet, but launch this business and make it more than just music production. Rub it on your chest productions, be a whole mess of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to build it to the point where it pay the bills and it'll help other people pay their bills. And we can leave something for our kids, so maybe they don't have to go through some of the same things that we went through or worse to get to where they need to be.
Yeah.
Though hey, everyone needs to learn their lessons their way. They're going to walk their paths. But like if I had, like I said, if I had any kind of support as a kid, if I had a business that my family would be like, hey, listen, I feel like you're ready for this now. You're responsible. You've followed us and watched us do this. You know how to do this. Do this. Is this what you want to do? Now, obviously, if that's not what they want to do, I support whatever they want to do. I'm not going to make them run our business, but we want to leave them something.
Oh,
that they can continue to help others with.
Yeah. Whether as you say, whether or not they keep running, rub it on your chest, after you, or if they don't. But you know, you've got that foundation there for them to build on. You know, you're starting the business. They're in the background watching you do it, and you know when they're older and you know they want some work experience or something. You know, you can bring them in and kind of show them the workings of you know how things are done, and you know they can learn. Okay, this is how this does this, and this is how that does that.
And like I
And yeah,
said,
so
even if it's not their cup of tea,
mm,
they want to do something else, but now they've got this skill too. So whatever career path or passion they have, if it inquires anything that we do, they have that knowledge.
yeah, yeah. I was just about to say that. You know, might
And the
not.
knowledge is power, right? Like you never forget how to ride a bike, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
just some things you don't forget. You don't necessarily know how you remember them, but you don't forget them.
yeah. Muscle memory.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like whether you know whether you're running a label, whether you're I don't know running a landscaping gardening landscape gardening company, you know, like it's all you know like it's that customer interaction as well, you know, like how to be able to handle um you know like the good times and you know the bad times that you might get with an unhappy
Yeah,
customer
yeah.
or something
I,
like that. So yeah,
I sold meat door to door for like a year, okay?
mm,
And it was overwhelming in the beginning, to say the least. And then sometimes throughout,
mm,
no, 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 don't stop. No, no, yes, that one yes changed that whole day. Always,
yeah,
always. And you might not always get a whole bunch of more yeses. You might just get one or two, but it's the experience, You're becoming personable. You're
mm,
learning how to talk to people in an appropriate manner, not work them, but sometimes people stand in their own way. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
And I'm not about manipulation. I'm about trying to like, hey, listen, just see it like this. I need you to understand it. You don't have to do it, but check it out. Okay. Like, yo, you guys eat good steak here? Like, fuck no. Oh, you must eat bad steak, huh? Like, wait a minute. Wait. Let me see what you got. Bet.
mm-hmm,
And, and whatever. Cool. Oh, that probably tastes like shit. Cut it up. Fry it up. Let's do it. Come on. It's on me. Let's do it.
yeah,
See? Um, and that's how I am today. It's just, but I sell things that work today. And a lot of the times it's not even sold. It's just free here. This might help you.
mm, yeah. About you know finding out what people are interested in, being like you know if you like that you might be interested
And it's
in
not
this.
even like I go out of my way for it, man. It's like, if I'm there and I see it and like I can help out, maybe I should, you know? Everywhere you are each day, every moment, you're supposed to be there.
Mm, mm, yeah, I like that. I like that. So what would you say the main like the real end game, like the legacy maker of rub it on your chest, what would you say that looks like?
The end game?
Yeah, like what's
Once you got
if you could
people.
have like the biggest picture in the world. I don't know, if you took rub it on your chest to space and perform for aliens.
I'm not. I mean, well, listen, don't get me started. I'm not entirely convinced that space is even real.
No,
Okay,
but
I
you know,
don't.
I was if you could have that what would you say that big picture at the end?
For
Um,
me personally, or
yeah.
for rub it on your chest as a whole.
Yeah. You personally, what would you like to see?
Me personally, I'd like to see me and my family with our own land, some, financial security,
Mm,
our own property. I'd like to have a business where the employees aren't dreading coming to work
mm,
because they get treated right. You know, as And I told you before, like, I don't care what people say. I don't care what people think about me, the company, the business, whatnot, because it speaks for itself, you know. And if you don't care to take the time to open the book, that's your problem, not mine. Rub it on your chest.
Yeah.
Okay. However we can help. When we can, we can. It's whatever. It don't matter. You can produce, a production company can produce more than just one thing. We've got a security team. You know,
Nice.
we have a security team for events.
Nice.
We've got merch.
Yep.
We've got, and it's not just my merch. We do other people's merch as well. You know, and for other businesses and whatnot. It's and we're always promoting everybody else's business, like every business that's helping us, every personal business, whatnot. We're always promoting them because why not? I'm all about scratching backs. You know, someday I might need my back scratched. I can't get to it everywhere all the time. You know, metaphorically speaking, like, hey, I'm not saying you owe me, you know, and I would never start a conversation off like that. And I would just be like, hey, not saying you owe me, that's baiting. And that's a guilt trip, right?
Yeah.
Nah, be like, hey, listen, got this going on. Are you available? What do you think? You know, if it's possible, it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And you know, like we said, like we were talking about earlier, you know, we all need you know, we all need the help. We all need the help, you know, whether if people you know don't want to help, that's fine, but you know, we can always learn something. And I completely
It's not
forgot
even that they
myself
don't want
then.
the help. Like I said, you know, sometimes they stand in their own way. I stand in my own way. A lot of times I stood my own way for years.
Yeah.
Do you know how easy it was just to like change my mindset and be like, oh, okay. Not easy at all.
Yeah.
But you can't stop.
Yeah, something I'm also learning as well. So yeah, I understand that.
And you know, it's like I don't know. I say like ADHD and ADD and all that stuff, whatever. Like, yeah, cool. There's your diagnoses, but like, you know, they're gifts too. Because like, I'm glad I can't stay focused on one thing. It's dope.
Yep.
But at the same time, it's a pain because like I've got like 3 open projects right now that are about halfway done each. And because I'll start a new one, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm the exact same. I'm the exact same. I've been.
There was an author or something long, like back in like I don't know, it was like 1500s or something. I forget his name, but he had a head injury. Every day he had to restart. He had to restart his work. It took him years to get it done because he had to keep restarting it.
Yeah.
He would forget it and just have to keep redoing it.
Oh, damn.
You ever watch 51st Dates?
I've not actually watched it, no, but I know the idea of it is they you know, they go to bed, she forgets. Injury. Yeah.
I have what's called traumatic brain injury. Specifically, it's cerebral frontal lobe damage, and it's like you know what a governor is to a ride-on lawnmower, right? Like you the turtle, the rabbit. You can put the rabbit all the way up, but it's only going to go as fast as the governor allows it to go. The frontal lobe is like the governor to your brain. So the brakes aren't there a lot. And like I'd be walking through like a grocery store or whatnot and just all of a sudden make some weird noises. Like it just that. And before I know I'm doing it, I'm like, all right, whatever. Well, now we're gonna own it, like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
This isn't now I'm trying to have fun with it. Not a lot of other people are having fun with it. And I don't care.
Yeah. Well, it also, along with that as well is, sometimes it allows you to have a different perspective of things. I think like a lot of the time, not to get too deep with it, but a lot of the time, we're all sort of pushed into, like this is the narrative of this, and this is this. Like, for example, dyslexia, right? Like I'm mildly dyslexic, and I can't focus on things for shit. So it takes me a while. But so at school, shit at school, absolutely shit at school. But now that we come out, like I've come out of school, and you're trying to do different things, and we've all learned how we like to do things. Some of us like to read it, some of us like to have it explained to us, some of us like to do it. So it all just creates like our own unique perspective on how we like to do things in the world. And some people may not agree with it. They'll be like, oh well, you didn't do very well at school, la la la. But I've figured out my own way, created my own powers.
That's your journey. That is everything that you're going through in your path because you're supposed to. And it's going to teach you. There's a theory. Now I can't say that I believe anything, because what does it mean to believe something? I could believe that the grass is purple. Doesn't mean it's purple.
Yeah.
It's green. Now where I'm at, who the fuck said it was green? What does green mean? Who said, what is a color? That's where I'm at. Okay. I don't even want to get into it. I just try and be a good guy. I just treat people the way I want to be treated. Try my best not to give the same energy that people give me. Sometimes it's hard. Nobody's perfect. I fail every day, but like I said about the grass, people can say that there isn't a God. Cool. They can be like, I don't believe in God. Cool. Don't mean it's not there. Doesn't mean it is. But even if the aliens were the ones that came down here and genetically modified us from Neanderthals or whatnot, where'd they come from? That's where I'm at. The one that was just one day, just bored, like whenever it happened, was just like, you know what? Life, let's do this. And the whole like I don't really want to get into the if I was God thing, It's interesting. It's an, unless you want me to, it's an interesting thing on why the whole Jesus thing makes sense to me.
I kind of do, and I kind of don't. I might get a hell of. Don't know if I'm ready for all that backlash.
I can't say okay. So I'll end the whole religious thing with this. I can't say I'm religious. Okay, I'm not a Christian. I'm not going to claim that I'm a Christian. Have I been saved? Yeah, cool. I've been baptized, and I've went and re-baptized a couple of times in life. So, not that it works like that, but I know that Jesus Christ in that Bible never said that if you believe that I came down here and went through all this shit and died so you can be saved, that makes you a Christian. Cool. Emperor Constantine said that. And this might stir a lot of strife up with it. I got respect for everybody's religious beliefs, all that, whatever. Just don't talk to me about religion. Don't talk to me about politics, because it's my standpoint. I can respect yours. A lot of people can't respect mine.
No, I understand that. And that's cool. To me, I'm the same way in some ways. I believe there's something, there's got to be something out there.
I wouldn't put here to kill people. I wouldn't put here to rob old ladies. I wouldn't put here to knock off banks. But I also wouldn't put here to go just be a slave to a system that's put in place to keep everybody down.
Yeah, but corruptible, greedy people. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, so, So, do you have any advice for any aspiring musicians or artists? Musicians and artists.
But don't stop. Don't let anybody else tell you to stop. If it's your passion, if it's something you love, I don't care what it is. Do it. And if you're feeling like, I should do this, but no, jump, do it. That's the best time, or you'll never do it. Or it might be you might go through your whole 20s not able to do it because of everything else that, you did when you said, fuck it. I was like, I'll never be that. I'll never be able to do that. Do it.
I agree. So I wanted to leave this one to the end, because I do like the way that you explain it. But could you explain rub it on your chest?
All right. So I did my first extensive like adult bid in from 2009 or the end of 2009 to like the middle of 2010. Uh, it was the first place I heard "rub it on your chest." Someone told someone to rub that soup on their chest, and I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And it was like, "It means fuck you," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I'd heard it nonstop, and even I was like, "Yo, rub it on your chest." You know, it was funny at first, and then it wasn't, and then I got tired of it, and then I had gone back for the second time and done I did 9.5 months in this one county, the same county where the rub it on your chest stuff started for me. And I had missed a court date in the county right next to us because I was incarcerated there for 9.5 months. So I did my stuff here, transferred over to that county, this little like 3 days solitary in the whole joint for classification. Then I went out to this block, and I literally was sitting there thinking, I was like, I was trying to like the best of everything, right? I don't gotta hear that rub it on your chest shit. Putting my shit away. This old guy stands up, he slams his cards on the table. He's like, "Man, rub that shit on your chest." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And it's like, for real? Like, I didn't like explode. I was just I was like, "Wow, okay, cool." So when I started writing the song back then in like 2013, I just it was completely different than what it is now. Um, but we took that, and just made it positive. You can still use it as like a fuck you, like, man, rub it on your chest. Like, I just like whatever, but it so depends on how you use it. But to me today, the way we rock it, when life for anybody and it gives you shit, tells you can't do something, stands in your way, tries to veer you off path, or even if it's life, just rub that shit on your chest. Don't give up. Don't give in. You don't lose until you quit.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. The moment you stop, the moment you stop top is yeah is when you've lost. But whether or not you take a baby step, whether or not you have to crawl, whether you have to roll, as long as there's still movement, you're still winning, you're still progressing.
Yeah.
So
And like me personally, like I suffer from a lot of things, not just physical, like mental issue, all that, and I don't believe I got it worse than anybody else. I don't believe that I'm better than anybody else ever about anything. Don't fucking just don't compare. Like, okay, cool, good, we're good. It's it's not impossible. You know, you may feel like you're a pile of shit some days. You're not. You may feel like you're alone. You're not. It's never. You may feel like it's to be the last day that you'll ever see anything. It's not. Even after our journey here, it's not.
no, I like that, man. I like that. Yeah, that's why I wanted to leave that one to the end because I like the way that you tell the story. I like the way you tell your story. I remember when you first came through the live stream and you were like, yeah, rub it on your chest. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And then you explained it there, and then other like the other interviews and stuff I've seen, and the way that you explain it, I fucking love it. So yeah, that's why I wanted to leave that on to
What's
the end.
really cool is that it's actually in the Urban Dictionary, and their meaning is whatever. So I mean, it's kind of on the same
Yep,
thing. Like, oh man, my tire's flat. Whatever, I walk.
rub it on your chest.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. All right. So I know we touched on them halfway through, but and I've kind of gone through all the questions now. So I wondered if you wanted to go back through, the Fire Nation's Flames, and then you've got the one with Judah on the 30th, and the other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen,
So
the
if you want to.
door's actually open. They're there right now. I'm about to hop on the road here as soon as we get off the line. I'm gonna get on the road here shortly after that, about 2 hours away.
Hmm.
Um, but the doors open at 4 o'clock. It's at the His and Hers Lounge, South Street, Philadelphia. It's happening tonight. It's gonna be absolutely dope. There's a lot of dope artists out there, vendors. There's gonna be all kinds of cool things. Miller Fire's in the house. Shout out to the Miller Fire, Blacksmith, Fire Nation Flames. Uh, Shout out to 144 Everything. We got, let's see, so that's happening. We'll be out there tonight, and then we'll be back next week, June 30th, at a place called The Fire. It's in Philadelphia as well. I can send you the flyers and all that.
Yep, yep.
I believe that's wrapping up Judah's Sleepy Hollow tour. There may be one more after that. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not 100%. I usually don't find things out until the last minute, and then I'm just like, all right, let's go do this. So, yeah, but that's June 30th. That's actually going to be a live broadcast by Big Cuz from 98.5 FM Uptown Radio.
Nice.
So a lot of dope artists on there too. You know, shout out to the 144,000 chosen few. Judah, Lights Out, Nova, Moody, everybody, bros too.
Nice.
And then July 15th, be down in West Virginia. I forget. I'll have to send you the flyer on there too. I don't have it in front of me, but
That's
you can
cool.
look up Dope Sick Picnic, look up the Undergroundaholic. Shout out to Aaron and Holly. It's absolutely dope. Shout out to 3XG Spitz for putting me out on that one. It's gonna be dope again. And then after that, I'm not sure. I got a couple of things we got to finish out here, and then we've been in the talks with a couple of places in like Dallas, Arizona, and Michigan, trying to go there, but don't just want to go to those three places because they're so far apart. It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
So we got to hit somewhere in between.
Yep.
Yeah, go to like Vegas or something. On the way, like, yeah, let's go here. Maybe I don't know. It'd be dope. Whatever it is, man. Even if it's bad, it's good. It's cool.
Nice. All right. Yeah, that's everything, man. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, I appreciate you having me on the Lag of God
you're welcome.
podcast. It's been absolutely dope. I appreciate all your ongoing love and support. I see you all the time. I try and get in there as much as I can when I see you out here posting stuff and doing lives, man. It's absolutely dope.
Nice. Mate, you're gonna make me cry. Stop it.
No.
But yeah, hang around and I'll just finish the live. But yeah, all right, people. So that's been For the Lag of God with the real Mike B. So yeah, you can go and catch him tonight in Philly, 4 p.m. Where is it again? Sorry.
It's at the His and Hers Lounge on South Street in Philadelphia. I won't be there till like 7, but doors open at 4. Get there.
All right, people. You heard it here. All right. It's been a pleasure, people. It's been a pleasure. We shall be live next on Monday, 8 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Western. Take it easy. Have a good day. Have a good night.